Well, good morning. Welcome to Andalusia. The sun is coming up. We're in for a very hot day of endurance training today. And this is my journey towards the Marathon des Sables in Morocco, of course. But look at these views. People in the UK sit in hot chambers for hours on end to become accustomed to this kind of heat, but this is on my doorstep. Training's going good. I'm up to about 25-30 kilometers straight in one sitting over this kind of terrain, so we're well on target. Feet are good, I feel strong, and let's bash on. Well, I'm a few miles in now, a few kilometers in. I'm a few kilometers in now, and I did struggle in that I did miss the occasional treat on these training sessions of a square of Kendal mint cake, a habit picked up from my time of doing things in my youth for the UK government, of course. So I found an alternative in Spain, and I've tried many things because it does give you a lift after 10 kilometers or so, and it is the mint version of Fisherman's Friends. Full sugar. You don't want to be eating anything with sweeteners in, of course, because there's no white porcelain toilets out here. So they work for me great. They work fantastic. It's maybe a subconscious thing, but that point of hitting 10 kilometers and popping something sweet in your mouth to make your mouth water, and you get a little boost from the sugar. So fantastic. They work for me. And this is the kind of terrain I'm training on. It's rough, and sometimes it's more like a scramble than a walk, and more like a scramble than a march, but there we are. That's the terrain I'm training on. It's as hot as a devil's gooch at the minute, and it's still early in the morning, but kind of stages that I've seen on the internet about Morocco, it's much the same as this. Farther down in the valley, of course, it'll be liquid sand, which is equally as bad to cover, but this, wow, it sorts the men out from the boys. I always like it when I get to about this height, just to look down in a valley. There are many valleys around here, all of which will be looking to kill you. There's beasties down there, snakes, scorpions, giant bloody bees that, of course, they don't sting you, but they are very clumsy and they hit you in the face and give you a bit of a jolt. But you've got to watch the snakes, you've got to watch the scorpions. I saw a viperine down there a few days ago. A big old boy was too. But at least I have this place to train in, and it is fantastic. Very similar to Morocco in some respects. So a few words about nutrition. I'm carrying a bit upper body bulk at the moment in the form of muscle, so I need to shed that in some way. I need to be leaner by the time Morocco comes around. So I'm aiming at about 12.5 stone to start the marathon. I'm 14 at the moment, but I have big arms, I have big shoulders, so it's easy to lose. So eating, well, I'm eating about 2,000 calories a day, but I am training hard, and I am training for endurance, and I'll do 15-20 kilometers every day over hard country, as you can see. That's the farthest village is where I live, and that's a long way. So mostly I eat raw, including red meat. Of course I cook chicken, but everything else, fish, red meat, and vegetables I will mostly eat raw, and I seem to be able to assimilate that and extract the most amount of protein from it. I eat carbs in the form of rice. So I've come along the bottom of that valley, basically from the farthest crest you can see there. Now water, basically I consume about a litre in, let's say, 10 kilometres. That's over this terrain, and certainly by the time I'm turning to head back home, it will be in heat of around 40 degrees. That's in the old money centigrade, of course. So yeah, about every 10 kilometres of hard country I consume about a litre of water. Sometimes I'll extend that so that I do start to feel dehydration, just so I can control it and I understand what it feels like. But certainly in Morocco, I will be doing a litre and a half for every 10 kilometres, because of course I won't be stopping at any time to do this, to film. But there we are, water. I will carry quite a bit more, and there will be refueling stations at the beginning and the end of each stage, of course. But let's say a litre and a half every 10 kilometres. Well, I've been contacted a couple of times, principally by Spanish people, and they are astonished. They call the marathon in Morocco the Marathon of Death. I'm not sure, maybe I wouldn't agree with that. It'll certainly be a handful. Whether it is a marathon of death is another thing. 250 kilometres over 5 days. One of the days has 2 stages in. That's basically more than 2 marathons in one go. But, you know, we'll see. I'm sure I'm going to manage it well enough for my age. Just a quick note, if you enjoy my videos about getting ready for the Marathon des Sables in Morocco, maybe you could subscribe and press the bell, and whenever I post something new, of course you will be informed, and you can watch it if you want. If you don't want to, don't watch it. But if you enjoy my ramblings, please give me a subscribe.